Happy New Year, water signs. I hope you guys had a great holiday. I wanted to first apologize for the delay in getting these videos out to you. I picked up a chest cold over the holidays and lost most of my voice. So I've been waiting to get my voice back to be able to record these videos for you. Sorry, hair in my mouth. So I did a video recently on the astrology of 2020. I highly recommend you guys check that out. 2020 is going to be a very significant year for the collective as well as each of us individually. We've got a lot of major historical transits happening this year. I'm going to be doing an Instagram live discussion about the astrology of 2020 on January 9th at 7 p.m. So feel free to check that out. I'll be answering people's questions and be talking about how this is going to impact you on a personal level and how we'll all be asked to transform and change over this coming year, over this next 12 months. It's going to be a momentous year. And also, subscribe to my newsletter if you want to receive monthly updates on the astrology of the coming month and what you can expect and how you can work with the coming energies. I will post those links in the description box below, as well as the timestamps for the reading for your specific sign if you want to go ahead and skip ahead to that. But let me go ahead and get started with Pisces. So starting with Pisces, we've got Venus entering Pisces on January 13th. So that'll be moving through the house of your sun. It'll be a great time to engage in love and to focus on your romantic relationships, to explore your creative side. It may be a good time for you to make some money too in your job, especially money through spiritual or creative oriented efforts. So what is the theme we've got going on for Pisces for January? We have Turtle Spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. All right, so let me pull some tarot cards just to clarify this message. Pisces. All right, so got 5 of Wands. So some of you may be experiencing some drama in the workplace or some competition or just pressure from friends or family to attend social gatherings or to be more productive. Whatever the pressure is here, slow and steady wins the race. Excuse me. So don't succumb to that pressure. I'm also seeing that we may need to move away from some toxic situations. We may need to let go of some thoughts or beliefs that are negative in nature and that are holding us back, because we really want to cultivate more a sense of freedom and adventure. And I'm seeing that you'll feel that energy this month, a desire for more freedom and adventure. Perhaps some of you are going to be traveling, taking a trip somewhere. So just keep in mind that slow and steady wins the race is the energy for January. Don't rush too quickly into anything or out of anything. Don't succumb to the pressure that you need to be doing more than you are doing, or worry too much about other people judging you or not being happy with your choices. It's being more grounded in ourselves this month. Pisces is what I'm getting, and letting go of some toxic energy and maybe moving away from some toxic people. Okay, what else? Sanctuary. Take time out from the world, spend more time alone, meditate, or go on a retreat. Okay, so I feel like that relates a lot to this energy. Going near the water, spending time near the water. You love water, Pisces. You love being near water. Taking hot baths, going swimming. So taking some time out for yourself to process the past year, perhaps, to think about what it is that you want to do going forward. again, because I am getting this kind of conflict or pressure outside of you from friends, family, or coworkers. And, you know, there's definitely some possible toxic energy. This could also be internal, right? Just stress, anxiety, or worry, especially with this full moon here. We have a full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer on January 10th. Cancer is a sign of emotions. It's going to be a very powerful, very emotional moon, given that you Pisces are so empathic and intuitive and hypersensitive to the energy of the world around you. I'm feeling like you're gonna really feel this moon pretty heavily. So taking some time out to reflect on that, what's coming up for you is going to be healthy for you. Okay, and that will get you to the place where you can be more free and adventurous, and you can move forward with more of a carefree, lighthearted attitude. We just got to process a little bit of our emotions this month is what I'm seeing. It's interesting. We have 2 full moons I just now noticed. This full moon and this full moon. So I feel like the moon is going to be significant for you on January 10th, that full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer. I feel like you guys are going to be really feeling that. So paying attention to what comes up for you. Here we have another full moon. Full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. So for some of you specifically, I'm definitely getting some toxic energy, some conflict with people in your life, and they're maybe not being so nice to you or not treating you in a way that is kind. And so taking some time out to just disengage from that, to know that you are good enough and that you don't have to please everyone, and trusting that whatever it is that you're wanting to do or pursue going forward, that it is the right path for you. And other people may not agree with it, and that's okay. You have to find your own path in life. So, you know, taking some time out, taking things slowly this month to do some inner processing, spend some time near the water, you know that you are good enough is going to be important. Because again, I'm seeing that it's possible that this full moon is going to affect you more specifically, may really tap into your emotions on the 10th. So internal processing being the focus of this month. Okay. Last message for Pisces for January. I am a spirit having a human experience, and I'm here to get closer to love. I love that. So yeah, I feel like this is also about your capacity for empathy, that you do feel so much of the emotions and the plight of the people around you, and you absorb that, and you may tend to overgive and over nurture because you want to help heal the world, and that is your gift. You are a healer, but it can drain your energy as well. So finding other ways to connect to divinity, to oneness in a way that isn't people-pleasing, that isn't, you know, bending over backwards for people that want you to be a certain way or do certain things for them. Finding other ways to connect to that soul energy, that life force within you in a way that lights you up. Knight of Wands is very much about being lit up in our passion and what brings us to life, and using that as a way to get close to spirit. Okay, but spending some time near the water this month and just resting and recovering from the past year and reflecting on that is going to be helpful for you Pisces in January. All right, moving on to Cancer. This should be a very activating month for you Cancers, because we've got this full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer, 20 degrees Cancer on January 10th. We've also got Uranus stationing direct on the same day. So it's going to be ripe with a lot of potent emotions. You may really feel the energy on that day. A lot of things may come up for you. You may need to just escape the world and to rest. So pay attention to whatever comes up for you, whatever themes are coming up for you this month. So overall energy for Cancer. Yeah, what I just said. Brown bear, take time out. So take some time out for yourself to heal, to recover, especially because, as I had mentioned before, this full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer on January 10th may be very activating for you, very triggering. Some of it may be a lot of your own shit that you're still processing, because I know last year was very challenging for all you Cancers out there, you Cancers and Capricorns. All the eclipses were hitting on Cancer last year. So taking some extra time out to be kind to yourself and to just focus on doing your own healing and processing whatever you are processing at the moment, especially on or around January 10th, because that will probably be extra strong energy that you'll be feeling, more heightened sensitivity, stronger emotions. All right, so let me just pull some tarot cards. Yeah. Okay. So I do have the Death card, which to me makes a lot of sense that he would show up, because eclipses really are potent portals. They are like doors slamming. Whatever tends to leave our life during an eclipse, it's usually permanent. So this lunar eclipse in Cancer on January 10th is probably going to be closing some doors for you on some people or situations in your life you may be letting go of. And so processing that pain or disappointment or detachment. This can also be internal, you know, letting go of certain behavioral patterns or habits that maybe were comforting for you in the past but are no longer serving you, or maybe they're holding you back or hindering you. And also looking at your mindset, your mentality, your thoughts, and your perspectives on the world. This lunar eclipse is definitely going to be closing some doors on something, and so that's going to be very triggering, and taking the time out to really process that, okay? And nurturing yourself in January. We've also got Queen of Swords. So making sure you are communicating with your loved ones what it is that you need this month. If you do need extra time out, making sure you're letting them know. Don't forget to ask for help. This is also about acting with integrity, honoring your own truth and acting according to your highest values, having open and honest communications with people in your life about your expectations, especially if some doors are closing or need to close. There may be some conversations that need to be had. So don't assume that people know what you want or you need. Make sure you're communicating, okay? It's gonna be really important. And then we've got Queen of Pentacles. This is a card of taking care of yourself, providing for your own stability, being the matriarch. So for some of you, Cancer is a very maternal energy. So whether you identify as masculine or feminine, some of you may need to step into the nurturing role this month to support someone else who may be struggling. And so stepping into a leadership role, maternal role, or nurturing role in a stabilizing way. You may need more stability this month to help you process whatever it is that we're processing. So I want to just clarify that Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. So asking for support from people that you may need it from, and also giving your support to other people. If people around you are going through some tough stuff, supporting them in a way that is stabilizing as well. Okay. Intuition. Can you guys see that? Listen to the whispers of your heart. Use divination tools to help you decide. Trust your intuition no matter what. Okay, so I feel like this is super pertinent to this Death card. Again, this lunar eclipse on the 10th. Some doors may be closing, some people may be exiting your life, or some situations may be ending, or maybe you need to step up and make that happen. So trusting your intuition, trusting that you're not wrong, that if something feels off or something just feels not right, even if on the surface it may look like everything's fine, trusting your own intuition. Okay, it's gonna be really important, especially on the 10th, on or around the 10th. Your intuition is going to be heightened, your emotions are going to be heightened, and so taking time out to check in with your higher self, okay, as you process whatever is being finalized in your life right now. and believe in the impossible. I love this. So it can be triggering as well, eclipses, because it can feel sometimes doom and gloom, or it can feel just uncomfortable because we are letting go of things. But with this card, I'm also getting trusting that the things that are leaving your life, or the things that you are clearing right now, that by clearing them, you are paving the way for a more mature and evolved version of yourself to emerge, a more resilient version of yourself. It can pave the way for your dreams, for the relationship that you've always wanted, for the career that you've always wanted. So these endings and clearing that you may see with this lunar eclipse and the eclipses of last year, which were in the Cancer axis, that it really is clearing the way for your highest good, for better things to come to you, and trusting that better things are coming to you, Cancer. Final message for Cancer. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. Wow, I feel like that's very powerful. I'm going to read that again. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. That's beautiful. All right, Cancer, you can do this. You're strong enough. All right. Last but not least, Scorpio. So Scorpio, I know you guys have had a tough year last year. There was a lot of activation for you guys, especially around July and after. The last 6 months of 2019 may have felt very triggering, having to shed some relationships or letting go of some people or circumstances that weren't serving you. I know there was a lot of healing for Scorpios last year. So what energy are we working with in January? Peacock spirit. Let your heart shine. Okay, so as far as the month of January, astrologically speaking, we have this full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer on the 10th. But we also have Uranus stationing direct on the same day. Right now, Uranus in Taurus. Taurus is the sign that opposes Scorpio. Taurus is your opposite sign. It's your polar sign. So Uranus entered Taurus March of last year and is now stationing direct at 2 degrees Taurus. Any planets that you have at or around 2 degrees Scorpio are now being opposed by that Uranus. It's like, here are the planets in your house of Scorpio, and it's like you've got this major, huge planet opposing them. It's like a tug of war happening right now. Any planets in Scorpio, but as well as your sun, but also the house that your sun is in Scorpio, whatever house Scorpio rules in your chart, is the area of your life that is now being opposed by this huge celestial body that wants to just bring change and upheaval and transformation, and some of it can be very uncomfortable. It's all serving your highest good. And so I know a lot of Scorpios are feeling it, feeling the need to shift and change how you identify with yourself, how you define yourself, how you express yourself and show up in the world. Okay, so if you've been feeling that, if you've been feeling that pressure to shift and change, know you're not alone. A lot of the Scorpios I've been talking to are going through it too. So, and you love transformation, let's be honest. All right, pulling some tarot cards. Okay. So we've got the Lovers. So the Lovers card is about choices. It's not just love and relationships. It is a card of choices, of reconciling duality. Scorpio can be very all or nothing sometimes. With the Lovers card, it's a reminder that it doesn't have to be all or nothing, that there's a good side and a bad side to both sides of the equation. I feel like Uranus and Taurus opposing Scorpio right now is very much teaching you that lesson as well. But because we've got Peacock Spirit here, letting your heart shine, I feel like January may be a month of love for some of you. You may enter into a new relationship. You may meet someone new in January. For those of you who are in a relationship, that may really come to the forefront this month. We've got King of Cups, which is about self-care, nurturing. It's also cultivating a greater sense of compassion and empathy towards others as well as yourself. So we're working on that, developing more of that this month. Perhaps we are working on it through our relationships. This is also a card of emotional mastery. So with this card, you know, this may be an invitation for you Scorpios to open up and be vulnerable, to say what you really feel, to tell someone how you feel about them, to let them know you care about them, to say what you want. And I know that can be uncomfortable because it is very vulnerable and the tendency is to want to close up to protect yourself. But I'm seeing that emotional mastery, you know, in order to achieve emotional mastery and intimacy and the greatest level of compassion, you have to be vulnerable, right? You can't have intimacy without vulnerability. So that may be something we're working on this month. Because then we've got Six of Cups, which is a card of soulmates. It's a card of nostalgia and memories. It's a card of generosity, you know, of kindness, of helping other people. So giving more in your relationships, nurturing more, or allowing yourself to be on the receiving end if you have been, you know, giving but haven't been opening yourself up to being on the receiving end. It's all balance, give and take. Partnership. Yeah. January is definitely gonna be about love for you guys. And again, not necessarily romantic relationships. It's, you know, our closest partnerships with those that we care about. So this could also be really close friends or colleagues, you know, business partnerships, close friends that we work with, you know, all kinds of partnerships as well. So partnership is definitely at the forefront for Scorpio in January. So let me read this. Teamwork will give you a better result. Find trustworthy people to partner with. Build up a talented support team. So I feel like another one of the lessons you guys were working on last year was discernment as well, learning how to discern who is worthy of your time and energy and your trust. And so now we're putting that into practice through our partnerships. Practicing more give and take, open vulnerability, but it's through discerning who is worthy of your time and effort and the partnerships that you want to invest in going forward. Okay. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. Interesting that Gemini came up because the Lovers card is the significator for Gemini in the tarot deck. So some of you may be collaborating with, communicating with Geminis this month. You may be in partnership with Geminis this month, but either way, cultivating more Gemini energy, which is open and honest communication, letting our heart shine. What I'm getting very strongly this month is it's not a month to be in the shadows, to be private, to be reserved, to be behind the scenes. We've got to step up and open ourselves up and communicate. Okay, and that's how you're going to create stronger partnerships. Authenticity, communication, you got to have that in any successful relationship. Final message for Scorpio. All right, well, these two are stuck together, so you're getting two. The universe works fast when I'm having fun. Okay, that's very Gemini energy. Gemini is very playful and very curious. And energy flows where my intention goes. So yeah, having more fun this month, pursuing your heart's calling. And then being mindful of the intentions that you're setting in your partnerships. You know, are you wanting to manifest greater trust, honesty, and communication in your closest partnerships? Because if that's what your intention is, then you have to open up and be vulnerable to have that, right? So what is your intention going into your relationships? If someone new is on the horizon for you, being mindful that you know, you set an intention for what you want to create with them. And with all of your partnerships in this month, as well as the year ahead of you, is what is your intention in that relationship? How do you want to foster intimacy? How do you want to create trust and honesty? And on your end, it's, you know, communication is going to be key. So setting that intention, practicing discernment, which we were learning last year in who you choose to partner with, but then letting your heart shine. Keeping that flow of giving and receiving open, making sure that there's not an imbalance, that one isn't overly giving or overly taking, okay? But yeah, it's a partnership month for you, Scorpios. So be courageous. Let people see your true self. Open up your heart to the right people, right? Okay, that is the reading for water signs. Thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.